G'day YouTubers, I will review last week's round of the 2024 AFL season. Before I start, it would be much appreciated if you can subscribe, comment and like my channel. Every subscriber will be appreciated. The first game of the week was between Carlton and Melbourne, played on a Thursday night at the MCG. The final score were Carlton 12 goals 5, 77 to Melbourne 11 goals 10, 76. The Blues won by 1 point. The goal kickers for the Blues were 3 goals to Owie, 2 goals to Kerner, and singles to Hewitt, Cripps, De Conning, McKay, Martin, Pignett, and Walsh. For the Demons, Batraka kicked 5 goals, and singles to Gawn, Windsor, Ranroyan, Fritz, Pickett, and Turner. The best players for the Blues were Curnow, Kennedy, Wiedering, Walsh and Cripps. The best players for the Demons were Winey, Gawn, May and Batraka. The Blues suffered injuries to 2 players, to Pickett with a finger injury and Sarah who did his hamstring. The final score showed the game was pretty close, however it wasn't at the start. In the first quarter, Carlton kicked 5 goals to Melbourne, pointless, so the Blues led by 30 points at quarter time. In the second quarter, both teams kicked 3 goals apiece, with the Blues taking a 30-point lead at half time. In the third quarter, the Demons kicked 4 goals to Carlton 3 goals, at which the Blues led by 19 points at 3/4 time. In the final quarter, the Demons kicked 4 goals to Carlton 3 goals, and the Blues just won by 1 point. Max Gawn kicked a goal with 55 seconds remaining to trail by just 1 point. However, Carlton held on to that 1 point lead and won the game. For the Blues, Cripps had 35 disposals, followed by Walsh and Kennedy with 34 and 21 disposals respectively. For the Demons, Oliver had 26 disposals, followed by Langdon and Neil Borland with 24 and 23 disposals respectively. For the stats, the Blues had -6 in disposals, they were +6 in kicks, they were -12 in handballs. Inside 50, the Blues were -20. What a significant difference. However, the efficiency inside 50 was 1% less than the Demons. The Blues were +2 in free kicks. In terms of stoppages, which Gawn dominated, the Blues were -19. In clearances, they were +2, and centre clearance, they were +4. In terms of turnovers, the Blues were +2. For marks inside 50, the Blues were -2, and contested marks, the Blues were +3. Carlton led for 100% of the game. Carlton had a flying start, kicking 5 goals straight to nothing at quarter time, and basically they just held on the lead until the final siren. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to C. Batraka, Melbourne, who had 5 goals, 21 disposals, 6 marks, 7 tackles, 4 clearances, 574 minutes gained, and 2 goal assists. 2 votes to P. Cripps, Carlton, who had 1 goal, 35 disposals, 5 marks, 5 tackles, 7 clearances, 307 minutes gained, and 1 goal assist. 1 vote to S. Walsh, Carlton, who had 1 goal, 34 disposals, 3 marks, 11 tackles, 5 clearances, and 417 metres gained. The next game of the week is between Geelong and Port Adelaide, for which 29,942 attended the game. The final score was Geelong 14 goals 11, 95 to the Power 15 goals 11, 101. The Power won by 6 points. The goal kickers for the Cats were 4 to Single, 2 to Rowan and Close, and singles to Cameron, Dempsey, Zed Guthrie, Hawkins, O. Henry and Myers. For the Power, Rioli kicked 4 goals, 2 goals to Farrell and Georgiades, plus Burne-Jones, and singles to Butters, Finlayson, Horn Francis, Marshall and Wines. The best players for the Cats were Myers, Cameron, Stengel and Holmes. The best players for the Power were Burton, Rioli, Wines, Horn Francis and Butters. The final score showed that the game was close. However, this wasn't. In the first quarter, the Power kicked 8 goals to Geelong 3 to take a 29-point lead at quarter time. In the second quarter, the Power added more to their domination by kicking 4 goals to 2 to take a 41-point lead at half time. In the third quarter, the Power kicked 2 goals, with the Cats kicking 6, with the Power leading by 3 goals at 3/4 time. And in the last quarter, the Cats kicked 3 goals, with the Power kicking 1 goal, and the Power won by 1 goal. For the Cats, Zed Guthrie had 24 disposals, followed by Myers and Holmes, who both had 21 disposals each. For the Power, Butters had 34 disposals, followed by Wines and Drew with 33 and 27 disposals, respectively. On the stats, the Power were plus 53 in disposals, they had 48 more kicks, in handballs they were plus 5, inside 50 the Power were minus 1, the efficiency inside 50 the Power was plus 3%, the Power were minus 2 in free kicks, in terms of stoppages the Power was plus 5, and clearances they were plus 9, and centre clearance the Power was plus 2. In terms of turnovers, the Power was plus 5. Usually teams that are positive in turnovers lose, but the Power won this game. The Power led for 100% of the game. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to Zed Butters, Port Adelaide, who had 1 goal, 34 disposals, 9 marks, 3 tackles, 7 clearances, 527 minutes game, and 1 goal assist. 2 votes to O Wines, Port Adelaide, who had 1 goal, 33 disposals, 7 tackles, 7 marks, 9 clearances, 238 minutes game, and 1 goal assist. 1 vote to J Horn Francis, who had 1 goal, 26 disposals, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 7 clearances, 349 minutes game, and 1 goal assist. The next game of the week is between Fremantle and Sydney on the Friday night evening in Perth. The final score were Fremantle 4 goals 15-39 to Sydney 13 goals 9-87. The Swans won by 48 points. The goal kickers for the Dockers were 2 goals to Sharp and singles to Tracy and Walker. For the Swans, Haywood kicked 4 goals and 2 goals to Chad Warner and Amati, and singles to Papali, McLean, McDonald, Lloyd and Florian. The best players for the Dockers were Pearce, Brayshaw, Sharp and Sewell. For the Swans, their best players were Rampy, Florian, Grundy, Haywood, Chad Warner and Heenley. This game was not close at all. In the first quarter, the Swans kicked 3 goals to Fremantle, 1 goals 5, to take a 7-point lead at quarter time. In the second quarter, the Swans exploded by kicking 6 goals to Fremantle goalless, who only kicked 3 behinds. The Swans led by 46 points at half time. In the third quarter, the Swans kicked 2 goals to Fremantle 1 behind to lead by 50 points at 3/4 time. And in the final quarter, both teams kicked 2 goals apiece, with the Swans winning by 48 points. For the Dockers, Sarong had 34 disposals, followed by Sharp and Ryan with 28 and 26 disposals respectively. For the Swans, Heaney had 28 disposals, followed by Florent and Lloyd with 28 and 26 disposals respectively. In terms of disposals, the match stats, the Swans were plus 8. In kicks, they had 57 more kicks, and in terms of handballs, the Swans were minus 51. Inside 50, the Swans were plus 5, and their efficiency inside 50, the Swans were minus 9. This means that the Swans were very efficient every time the ball went in their forward line, in comparison to Fremantle, who went wide and just bombed them. In terms of free kicks, the Dockers were plus 17, and in hit-outs, the Swans were plus 28. Grundy dominated. In clearances, the Swans were minus 1, and centre clearance they were also minus 1. In terms of turnovers, the Swans were minus 1, and the Swans led for 98% of the game. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to Chad Warner, Sydney, who had 2 goals, 23 disposals, 6 marks, 3 tackles, 4 clearances, and 386 metres gained. 2 votes to I. Heaney, Sydney, who had 28 disposals, 5 marks, 5 tackles, 8 clearances, 349 metres gained, and 1 goal assist. 1 vote to J. Sharp, Fremantle, who had 2 goals, 28 disposals, 10 marks, 2 clearances, and 540 metres gained. The next game is between Hawthorn and St Kilda. The final score were Hawthorn 8 goals 10, 58 to St Kilda 7 goals 11, 53. The Hawks won by 5 points. The goal kickers for the Hawks were 2 goals to Watson and Moore, and singles to Bruce, Gentleman, Mick, and McDonald. For the Saints, King, Battle, and Owens all kicked 2 goals apiece, with a single goal to Memory. The best players for the Hawks were Eamon, Mick, and Newcombe. For the Saints, their best players were Wilkie, Wankening Miller, and Steele. The game was close with the Hawks win by 5 points. In the first quarter, Hawthorn kicked 4 goals to 3 to take a 4-point lead at quarter time. In the second quarter, the Hawks kicked 2 goals to St Kilda 1 to take a 10-point lead at halftime. In the third quarter, the Hawks kicked 2 goals to 1 to take a 15-point lead at 3/4 time. And in the final quarter, the Hawks went goalless and the Saints kicked 2 goals, with the Hawks winning by 5 points. For the Hawks, Newcombe had 31 disposals, followed by Eamon and Impey with 31 and 22 disposals respectively. For the Saints, Cap still had 30 disposals, followed by Bonner and Wangening Wheeler with 30 and 29 disposals respectively. In looking at the stats, for disposals, the Hawks were minus 13. In kicks, they were minus 27. In handballs, they were plus 14. The inside 50s, the Hawks were minus 8. However, the efficiency inside 50, the Hawks were plus 3%. In terms of free kicks, the Hawks were plus 2. And in hit-outs, stoppages, the Hawks were plus 13. In clearances, they were minus 4. In terms of turnovers, the Hawks were minus 3. The Hawks had led for 100% of the game. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to J. Newcombe, Hawthorn, who had 31 disposals, 3 marks, 7 tackles, 8 clearances, and 392 metres gained. 2 votes to K. Amon, Hawthorn, who had 31 disposals, 7 marks, 1 tackle, 1 clearances, 711 metres gained, and 1 goal assist. 1 vote to J. Steele, St Kilda, who had 30 disposals, 6 marks, 13 tackles, 5 clearances, 279 metres gained, and 1 goal assist. The next game is between Essendon and GWS Giants. The final score were Essendon 10 goals 10, 82 to the Giants 9 goals 8, 62. The Bombers won by 20 points. The goal kickers for the Bombers were 4 goals to Langford, 3 goals to Gelfie, singles to Davey, Pine, Perkins, Redmond and Stringer. For the Giants, Hogan and Green both kicked 2 goals apiece, with singles to Bedford, Jones, Kelly, Riccardi and Stone. The best players for the Bombers were McKay, Redmond, Caldwell, Martin, Langford and Durham. For the Giants, their best players were Kelly, Taylor, Coniglio, Briggs and Tom Green. The Giants jumped out to a good start by kicking 4 goals to 1 in the first quarter to lead by 19 points in quarter time. In the second quarter, the Bombers kicked 3 goals to 2 to trail by 12 points at half time. And in the third quarter, the Bombers exploded by kicking 5 goals to 2 to lead the Giants by 8 points. And in the final quarter, the Bombers kicked 3 goals to 1 goal and the Bombers won by 20 points. Nick Martin for the Bombers had 31 disposals, followed by Redmond and Durham with 26 and 25 disposals respectively. For the Giants, Tom Green had 34 disposals, followed by Coniglio and Perry with 24 and 22 disposals respectively. In terms of the team stats, Essendon were plus 27 disposals, they had 35 more kicks, in handballs they were minus 8, inside 50 the Bombers were plus 17, the Bombers efficiency inside 50 they were minus 7%, the Bombers had plus 10 free kicks, in terms of hit-outs the Bombers were plus 25, and for clearances they were minus 1. The Bombers were minus 7 in turnovers, and the Bombers only led for 30% of the game. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to M. Martin Essen. He had 31 disposals, 10 marks, 1 tackle, 2 clearances, and 650 metres gained. 2 votes to K. Langford Essen. He had 4 goals, 4 disposals, 5 marks, 4 tackles, and 225 metres gained. 1 vote to Tom Green GWS. He had 34 disposals, 2 marks, 4 tackles, 7 clearances, and 390 metres gained. The next game is between Richmond and the Western Bulldogs. The final score were Richmond 6 goals 6, 42 to the Western Bulldogs by 10 goals 19, 133. The Bulldogs won by 91 points. The goal kickers for the Tigers were 2 goals for Bolton and singles to Rioli Jr., Prestier, Mantle and Bolter. For the Bulldogs, Norton, Darcy and Harms all kicked 4 goals apiece, with 2 goals to Garcia and Pontepelli and singles to West, Ugelhager and Trelaw. There were a number of injuries for this game. Banks for Richmond suffered concussion and Graham did his hamstring. Whereas for the Bulldogs, Vandermeer injured his shin. This game was not close at all. In the first quarter, the Bulldogs kicked 3 goals to Richmond 1 behind, and the Bulldogs led by 23 points at quarter time. In the second quarter, the Bulldogs continued their onslaught by kicking 6 goals to 3 to lead by 47 points at half time, and effectively the game was over. In the third quarter, the Bulldogs continued their merry-go-round by kicking 4 goals to 1 to lead by 66 points, and in the final quarter, the Bulldogs kicked 6 goals to 2 to win by 91 points. For the Tigers, Daniel Rioli had 26 disposals, followed by Prestier and Short with 23 and 20 disposals respectively. For the Bulldogs, Trelaw had 41 disposals, followed by Richards and Pontepelli with 34 and 32 disposals respectively. In looking at the stats, the Bulldogs were plus 116 in disposals. They had 61 more kicks. In terms of handballs, the Bulldogs were plus 55. At inside 50s, which was a significant difference, the Bulldogs were plus 36. And the efficiency inside 50, this was a significant difference, where the Bulldogs were plus 24%. In terms of free kicks, the Bulldogs were plus 3, and hit-outs, they were minus 10. In terms of turnovers, the Bulldogs were minus 10, and the Bulldogs led for 100% of the game. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to A. Trelaw Bulldogs, who had 1 goal, 41 disposals, 7 marks, 5 tackles, 3 clearances, 654 metres gained, and 2 goal assists. 2 votes to J. Harms Bulldogs, who had 4 goals, 27 disposals, 11 marks, 3 tackles, 4 clearances, and 260 metres gained. 1 vote to E. Richards Bulldogs, who had 34 disposals, 6 marks, 10 tackles, 7 clearances, 575 metres gained, and 3 goal assists. The next game is between Gold Coast and North Melbourne. The final scores were Gold Coast 17 goals 18, 120 to North Melbourne 7 goals 10, 52. The Suns won by 68 points. The goal kickers for the Suns were 3 goals to King, 2 goals to Ainsworth, Losey, Long and Malta, and singles to Anderson, Johnson, Miller, Rogers, Sexton and Whips. For the Kangaroos, Stevenson's kicked 2 goals and singles to Curtis, David Shinyaki, Larky, Tucker and Zerr. The best players for the Suns were Anderson, Collins, Clossy, Andrews, Miller and Flamless. For the Kangaroos, their best players were Pachercha, Comben, Powell and David Shinyaki. This game was not close at all. In the first quarter, the Suns kicked 2 goals to 1 to lead by 6 points at quarter time. In the second quarter, the Suns kicked 3 goals to 1 to take a 25-point lead at half time. In the third quarter, the Suns dominated by kicking 5 goals to 2 to take a 43-point lead at 3-quarter time, effectively the game being over. And in the final quarter, at which the Suns destroyed the Kangaroos, they kicked 7 goals to 3 to win by 68 points. Looking at the stats, for the Suns, Miller had 29 disposals, followed by Flanders and Clossy with 29 and 23 disposals respectively. For the Kangaroos, David Shinyaki had 35 disposals, followed by Fisher and McKerker with 34 and 30 disposals respectively. Looking at the stats, the Suns were minus 10 in disposals, the Kangaroos were playing keeping off possession game. In terms of kicks, the Suns were minus 14, inside 50s the Suns were plus 22, and their efficiency inside 50 is Suns with plus 11%. In terms of free kicks, the Suns were plus 11, and for hitouts, the Suns were plus 20, and clearances that were plus 11. For turnovers, the Suns were minus 8, and the Suns led for 96% of the game. While 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to T. Miller, goalpost. He had 1 goal, 29 disposals, 4 marks, 5 tackles, 3 clearances, 428 metres gained, and 1 goal assist. 2 votes to L. Davis Shiaki, North Melbourne, who had 1 goal, 35 disposals, 3 marks, 1 tackle, 9 clearances, and 584 metres gained. And 1 vote to S. Flanders, Gold Coast. He had 29 disposals, 6 marks, 2 clearances, 580 metres gained, and 1 goal assist. The next game of the week is between Collingwood and West Coast. Final score with Collingwood 15 goals 13, 103 to West Coast 5 goals 7, 37. The Magpies won by 66 points. The goal kickers for the Magpies were 3 goals to McRae and McInnes, 2 goals to Hill and singles to Cripps, J. Dacos, N. Dacos, Howe, Lipinski and Richards. For the Eagles, they were all single goals to J. Williams, Ryan, Edwards, Marek and Diwa. The best players for the Magpies were Noble, J. Dacos, Pendlebury, N. Dacos and Cripps. The best players for the Eagles were Dogan, Barras, Gimby and Kelly. Collingwood suffered a number of injuries, with Howe suffering a groin injury, Harrison doing an ankle injury and Bartel with concussion. For the Eagles, Petrelli suffered an ankle injury and Darling with a nose injury, and also McGowan suffered an injury. This game was not close at all. In the first quarter, Collingwood jumped off by kicking 4 goals to 1 to lead by 21 points at quarter time. In the second quarter, Collingwood continued their domination by scoring 7 goals to 2 to take a 55-point lead at half time. In the third quarter, Collingwood kicked 3 goals and West Coast were goalless, with the Magpies leading by 72 points at 3-quarter time, and the game was definitely over at this stage. And in the final quarter, the Eagles kicked 2 goals to Collingwood 1, with the Magpies winning by 66 points. For the Magpies, N. Dacos had 36 disposals, followed by Cripps and Pendlebury with 32 and 28 disposals respectively. For the Eagles, Witherin had 31 disposals, followed by Digan and Cole with 27 and 21 disposals respectively. Based on the stats, Collingwood were plus 62 in disposals, were plus 30 in kicks, inside 50, which is a big difference. Collingwood were plus 25, and their efficiency inside 50, the Magpies were plus 10%. Collingwood had plus 4 in free kicks. In terms of hitouts, Collingwood were plus 11, and clearances, they were plus 9. In terms of turnovers, Collingwood was minus 10, and the Magpies led for 98% of the game. While 3-2-1 for the Brownlow medal votes are 3 votes to N. Dacos, Collingwood, who had 1 goal, 36 disposals, 5 marks, 7 tackles, 7 clearances, and 436 minutes gained. 2 votes to J. Cripps, Collingwood, who had 1 goal, 32 disposals, 5 marks, 6 tackles, 4 clearances, and 580 minutes gained. And 1 vote to J. Dacos, Collingwood, who had 1 goal, 28 disposals, 11 marks, 2 tackles, 3 clearances, and 483 minutes gained. The next game is between Adelaide and Brisbane. The final scores were 13 goals 12-90 to Brisbane 13 goals 12-9. The game ended in a draw. The goal kickers for the Crows were 4 goals to Fogarty, 3 goals to Rankin, 2 goals to Himmelberg and Walker, and singles to Scholl and Rochelle. For the Lions, Archie kicked 4 goals, 2 goals to Morris, and singles to Dunkley, Berry, Danaher, McCluggage, Lohman, Hitwood, and Cameron. The best players for the Crows were Saligo, Fogarty, Rankin, and Dawson. For the Lions, their best players were Andrews, Berry, Payne, and Dunkley. The Crows suffered an injury, with Worrell injuring his left wrist. This game was close. In the first quarter, Brisbane kicked 4 goals to 3 to take a 3-point lead at quarter time. In the second quarter, the Crows kicked 3 goals to the Lions 2 goals to take a 2-point lead at half time. In the third quarter, the Crows kicked 3 goals to the Lions 3 goals, with the Crows taking a 1-point lead at 3-quarter time. In the last quarter, both teams kicked 3 goals apiece for the game to tie at 9 points apiece. However, from the end of the third quarter to the start of the fourth quarter, the Lions had kicked 5 consecutive goals, and therefore this cost the Crows the victory if they stopped the Lions from not scoring 5 consecutive goals in a close, tight game. For the Crows, Saligo had 28 disposals, followed by Laird and Crouch, who both had 28 disposals as well. For the Lions, McCluggage had 31 disposals, followed by Berry and Zorko with 30 and 26 disposals respectively. Looking at the stats, the Lions were plus 2 in disposals, the Lions were plus 36 in kicks, the Crows were plus 34 in handballs. Inside 50, the Lions were plus 8. In terms of efficiency inside 50, the Crows were plus 6%, the Crows were plus 3 in free kicks, and in terms of hitouts, the Crows were plus 19, and for clearances, the Crows were plus 6. In terms of turnovers, the Lions were minus 11, and the Lions led for 60% of the game. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes are 3 votes to H. McCluggage, who had 1 goal, 31 disposals, 6 marks, 1 tackle, 4 clearances, and 320 minutes gained. 2 votes to J. Berry, Brisbane, who had 1 goal, 3 disposals, 4 marks, 5 tackles, 6 clearances, and 381 minutes gained. 1 vote to J. Saligo, Adelaide, who had 28 disposals, 4 tackles, 5 clearances, and 306 minutes gained. The summary of my round 9 Brownlow votes are: in top spot, I have I. Heaney, Sydney, with 18 votes. In second spot, I have Z. Butters, Port Adelaide, with 16 votes. In third spot, C. Sarong, Fremantle, with 15 votes. And in fourth spot, N. Dagos, Collingwood, with 14 votes. Thank you for watching my show. Please subscribe, like, and comment on my channel. Hope to see you again next time.